Hello and welcome to this edition of the Northland News. I'm Jessica Peters. The Northland News is a bi-weekly news program produced and directed by the broadcasting students at Park University. This week, we take a look at a poetry performance, Park's basketball coach, and Connection at Park. But first, we take a look at a peace journalism event. Keith Taylor has the story.
If I give a businessman 10,000 francs, what does that matter to him? He is rich.
On Wednesday night, the Peace Journalism class of Professor Steve Youngblood met in Copley Quad to watch the movie Hotel Rwanda. It's the story of Paul Rusesabagina, a Rwandan hotel manager who risked his life to save his family and 1,200 of his friends and neighbors.
Well, it's pretty consistent with what we're talking about and trying to do in Peace Journalism class. As well, we're going to be visiting with Paul Rusesabagina, the hero of the movie Hotel Rwanda, by video conference.
He'll be discussing his experience and the power and role of media in conflict situations. The hope is that peace journalism, and good journalism generally, could help prevent such tragedies in the future.
I mean, the media played a huge role in inciting the violence, and if someone had taken over one of the radio stations and said, hey, this isn't right for us to read these names on the air, and it's not right for us to take the side of someone who is killing all these people and had called for peace, or even just given news objectively, then peace might have been established a lot quicker and it might not have taken so many lives.
Despite the seriousness of the movie and its message, last night's events also had a lighter side.
It seemed like an interesting way to expand what we've talked about in terms of creating an atmosphere that's conducive to peace, and it was an excuse to get together and eat pizza.
Today in the cafeteria, Sodexo is sponsoring the Happy Heart Health Fair. Information about nutrition, fitness, and healthy habits will be made available to students at several tables and booths set up by the Fitness Center, the School of Nursing, and other area businesses. Students will also be able to have their blood pressure checked and receive a body fat percentage screening. February is Black History Month, and on Monday in the McCoy Meeting House, Park hosted Dr. W. Fitzhugh Brundage, the Umstead Professor of History at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. Dr. Brundage spoke about white violence and the black resistance in the South following the Civil War. His presentation was part of the Spencer Cave Black History Lecture Series here at Park. The series honors the memory of Spencer Cave, who, following the emancipation of his parents, settled in Parkville and worked at Park University for 70 years. And coming in March, in honor of Women's History Month, Park will host Dr. Suzanne M. Sink, Associate Professor of History at Florida State University, who will be giving a lecture called Crossing Borders, Globalizing U.S. History Through Migration. Today is the last day that donations for Harvesters Food Drive will be collected. The social club has set up bins in the Thompson Hall Cafe and at the entrance to the underground. Please keep in mind that all items should be non-perishable. All donations will be delivered to Harvesters Food Bank. Park definitely had a good time last week. That's because Grammy Award-winning poet Jay Ivey gave a performance in the Meeting House. Ivey has worked with Kanye West, Dave Chappelle, and many other artists. Students heard several poems as well as a few songs that are on his upcoming CD. Student Life and PSGA sponsored the event, which was free to all Park students. Next Tuesday at the Kansas City Public Library, Park University Ethnic Voices Poetry Series continues with Carter Rivard, an Osage Indian poet and scholar of medieval English literature from St. Louis, whose works include An Eagle Nation, Cowboys and Indians, and Winning the Dust Bowl. The reception begins at 6 p.m., followed by readings at 6:30. Connection at Park met yesterday to discuss their upcoming events. They discussed Equal Summit, an event taking place this weekend at UMKC, as well as a day of silence that will be held in April. Connection at Park is an advocacy group for the gay and lesbian community. For more information and meeting times, please visit the Park website. In sports, on Saturday, the men's basketball team will travel to Lebanon, Illinois, to take on McKendree University for its first conference championship since the 97-98 season. The Pirates still hold their number 21 rank, but they'll face a tough challenge in McKendree, who's ranked number 9. The last time the two teams met was January 30th in the Brecken Sports Center, where the Pirates fell 80-74. The winner of Saturday's game will clinch home court advantage in the upcoming American Midwest Conference Tournament. Tip-off is at 4 p.m. Tonight in the Brecken Sports Center, the Lady Pirates will take on Stevens College, but before the game, the Pirates will honor two of their own, seniors Tracy Oden and Stephanie Jones, who will be recognized as part of senior night. The ceremony is scheduled to begin 10 minutes before tip-off at 7 p.m. Turning to baseball and softball. Both the men's and women's teams have been forced to postpone their weekend games due to weather. The men's team was scheduled to play a doubleheader on Saturday against Evangel University in Springfield, followed by a doubleheader Sunday against the University of St. Mary in Leavenworth. And the Lady Pirates softball team was scheduled to start its 2010 season this Sunday in a doubleheader against Central Methodist. No makeup dates have been scheduled for either teams. For more information, please visit parkathletics.com. Before we close, at any Park University men's basketball game, one of the most active people in the gym isn't wearing a uniform. He's head coach Jason Klein. Reporters Fiona Mafoof and Rude Van Houten recently followed Klein during a game with Columbia College and filed this report. That's all for this edition of the Northland News. Tune in after spring break for an all-new edition.